As part of a sniper team attached to the 48th Highlanders, my partner and I are tasked with moving along the left flank of our objective and setting up a defensive position to stop a possible strong side maneuver by Team V.I.C.E. Our mission is to defend objective aircraft site by preventing Alabaster Slim from planting a demolition charge there. If the demo charge carrier is shot in the head, he is eliminated from the game. If he is shot anywhere else, he must respawn. All other players have 1 life. The 48th Highlanders are working in cooperation with the Unkind Magfed group. Alabaster Slim is the bomb carrier for Team V.I.C.E, who have enlisted the help of Wolf Critchlow and several others for their assault on the aircraft site. The left flank of our objective is mainly open, rolling hills with a few sparse trees providing little cover and minimal concealment. The center and right flank of our objective hosts considerably more cover and concealment opportunities, so we plan to use the power of our leaf cloak camouflage systems to deny the enemy's advance along the left flank. While my partner and I hold the left flank, our conventional forces will advance through the center and right flank to defensive positions forward of our objective. In the event the enemy slips through our frontline defense, they will need to expose the rear of their advance to sniper fire from my fire team and defeat our sweeper team in close quarters at the aircraft site in order to achieve their objective. We make our way carefully toward the left tape line, watching and listening for an early rush by the enemy.
We also want to deny them coming up over the tape.
We're looking for a defensible vantage that, from the front, will force the enemy to leave cover and expose themselves at the crest of a hill. But the vantage must also have a reasonable shot toward the aircraft site, in case the enemy makes it through the frontal defense.
Basically, you may push down their right side. You want to get them as they come over the hill.
Right side, 60, push it.
We use a simple system for spotting targets in a small area of operations. If our end of the field or our objective is the 0-yard line, then the furthest boundary or objective at the opposing team's end of the field is the 100-yard line. This allows us to quickly communicate positions by approximating how far down the football field the point of interest lies. We also specify whether the point of interest is on the left side, center, or right of the area of operations, as well as the number of players spotted. My partner and I take up intersecting areas of fire, and both position ourselves with a clear shot to the aircraft site.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now. You know what, it might be,
I realize my partner is out of earshot and switch to using my radio. My train of thought is interrupted by spotting 2 enemy, and I send this new info over to my fellow sniper.
enemy, 50-yard line, left side, moving fast.
We begin scouting for targets and calling in locations over our radios, which allows us to maintain concealment while still sharing info over distance. I hear over the radio another target spotted, and the battlefield picture starts to fill in. The enemy has advanced to the 50-yard line in some places. I continue to scan for targets and wait for the enemy to fall into our trap. I spot a member of Team V.I.C.E. This one looks like Too Tall. I don't have a clean shot, so I radio the target over to my partner and wait to see if Too Tall comes out of cover.
Got 1 center near a cut-off tree with a black...
My partner lands a shot on Too Tall. I receive a target down over the radio, but I hear Too Tall call bounce as he sprints out of the position. To his credit, Too Tall left to have the bounce checked. It turned out to be a break, and Too Tall was off to the dead zone.
He called bounce. Still in play. You can watch that tree, I'll watch the far left tree.
When my sniper team comes into contact, we have two viable options. The first option is to engage the enemy at range and from the front. If the enemy is few in number and low in momentum, this is what we'll do. The second option is to maintain concealment and allow the enemy to pass our position toward the objective. We would then engage the rear of their advance and cause confusion in order to buy time for the rest of our defense to adapt to the enemy's advance. If the enemy is great in number and high in momentum, this would be our most effective course of action.
Team 2, center, friendly, 52.
I spot two friendlies at the center 50-yard line. This may be a cue for me to adjust my position to something slightly more offensive. I wait to see if there is an enemy response to the friendlies taking the center 50-yard line before making a move. I notice the ref move off in a hurry. This likely means that the enemy HVT is in motion. I wait to see if the enemy high-value target appears nearby. I receive an enemy spotted center 65-yard line on the radio.
Center, 65, copy.
I can hear voices over the hill in front of me.
I think they're prepping to push over this hill where I am.
I let my partner know of the suspected enemy movement in case I'm suddenly overwhelmed and not able to send out a radio message. I send a reminder to let the enemy pass if their numbers are too great.
I'll let them go by.
Then I listen and wait. I confirm that my partner is concealed from my position, should it be overtaken. Feeling that the timing is right, I rewrap my leaf cloak over my hands and prepare to have a look over the next hill. Enemy spotted. From this distance, it looks like Alabaster Slim in front. First shot falls short, but online at 1 mil to the left. Second shot goes wild right by 4 mils. Third shot lands center mass while holding approximately 9 mils over and 1 mil left. Distance to target is estimated between 193 and 222 feet. I realize this is not Alabaster Slim, but instead another member of Team V.I.C.E. I begin scanning for threats, trying to see if my position was revealed. Enemy spotted. I switch to my iron sights because this one seems so close. It doesn't notice me, so I switch back. Enemy down. I don't see the first shot land, so I send another. I suspect that more enemy will follow, so I send a warning over the radio.
Not bad, he's coming in left.
I receive a, "Are you good?" over the radio. I signal with a nod and a thumbs up without taking my eyes off the area in front of me. Time to change mags. The first strike in the other side of this mag is flipped and will not fire, so I change it out for a mag in my pouches. I'm expecting more enemy over the hill at any moment. Not good timing to be digging around. With a fresh D-mag seated, a first strike in the chamber, and the bolt racked, I'm ready for action once again. Photographer Jared Martel appears in orange on my left. Enemy spotted. It's the enemy HVT, Alabaster Slim. I need to adjust to make the shot, but don't want to move in case he spots me. I'm spotted. I send one hasty shot to buy me some time. It doesn't work. 9 mils over and 1 mil left, then quickly bail out. Time to shift positions. Having disappeared behind the hill in front of me, I pop up further left. Enemy spotted. It's Alabaster Slim again. I can't tell if I've landed a body shot on him or not. From the looks of it, he could be respawning, so I call out his position on the radio.
HVT, left side, wearing green bandolier, moving to the center, 50-yard line.
It looks like Slim has switched to a sidearm and is making a run for something. Enemy spotted. His left knee. Right shoulder. Enemy down. Keep scanning for targets. I scan for more enemies along the left tape and into the center 50-yard line. Enemy spotted. I don't think I can get a shot through the branches overhead. On my left, I hear some players in the dead zone, trying to explain to other dead players that I'm hiding in plain sight, so I give them a wave. Enemy spotted. It's the HVT, Alabaster Slim. I can't tell if he's in play or not. Alabaster Slim removes his HVT tag, meaning he is out of the game. With the bomb runner gone, the opposing team must now eliminate all of our team in order to win. I continue scanning for targets. At this point, I'm expecting something dramatic to happen at any moment. I hear enemy movement. I send the info over the radio.
Hearing enemy movement inside 50 on the right flank.
It sounds like they might be trying a rush. Friendly in a defensive position. Enemy spotted. This one is out already. I scan deep into the center 50-yard line and try to get a glimpse of any action on the right side. It looks quiet. But this is when big plays are made. Enemy spotted. This player looks like he's headed to the dead zone. Friendly spotted in a defensive position. Friendlies on the right side push forward. At this point, I'm expecting to encounter a rushing player making a bold move, or no one at all. I take a brief look into the dead zone in an attempt to ID who might still be left. On my left, I hear some players in the dead zone trying to explain to other dead players that I'm still hiding in plain sight, so I give them another wave. Two friendlies in defensive positions. That sounds like the game whistle, but there's another game within earshot, so I wait for confirmation. I hear our ref call game over and radio the confirmation to my team. We have successfully defended the aircraft site. Now for some after-action banter with Team V.I.C.E.
Banking on 6, man. Oh, between the two of you. Oh my god. That's good work, boys. I thought you were like tucked in, lying down. I didn't realize you were just fucking standing there. You still can't see.
I sent them back your way.Id any get close?
Oh, real close. I was hearing them in my ears. Yeah, and you started skipping them over the hill. I was seeing the dust come up.
I saw you, and then I'm like, I wasn't sure. I'm like,
I thought it bounced
and then I saw this. I'm like, alright.
And I assumed you were going to be I had no fucking clue. Honestly, when I got done, like, it was talking to Mark, I got no idea.
I'm Captain Cullen. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Thanks for watching.